98.
Hello, everybody. In a performance for you, and especially you.
Charles Culp. I am the lead tint technician here at Greeley Auto Spa. I love what I do. I've been tinting windows for 5 years. I started here in March and immediately was welcomed as if I was family. It was an experience of a lifetime and turned into the opportunity of a lifetime. Everybody thinks of the tint guy as tint, but we also specialize in headlights, taillights, have some clear bra experience, things of that nature, you know, and we're always looking to expand and grow and potentially residential and commercial as well. You know, for me, it's just, part of it is I love what I do. It's the attention to detail. It's caring enough about the customer to, regardless of the age of the vehicle, to put out quality work every single time. You know, we should be treating those 99 Accords as if they were Lamborghinis, because to that customer it is. Here we do take the initiative to travel out of town. Mobile tinting is a service that isn't always easy and may not seem convenient from our end, or to a tint shop, but to me it is. It's a service that expands our ability to reach, you know, places that otherwise we wouldn't even have tint to begin with. My experience prior to here was all hand cutting. So it was a matter of laying out the windows. You know, you would cut an edge, slide it over, cut your other edge and center it. That way you weren't getting any light gaps when you went to install it. So when I got here and we had a plotter, it took me a minute to adjust. You know, yeah, it's easier in theory, but I was almost more comfortable hand cutting. And now that I've, you know, adjusted to that, as well as the quality of film we use, it's just, there's so many things we can do with it. All right, we use Xpel. They kind of, well, for the longest time they specialized in clear bra, and they took the film market by storm, coming out with not only ceramic but a nano ceramic film that can block 98% of the infrared heat coming in. I mean, that's just unheard of. Luxe is another one. What a great company. I actually kind of got in on the ground floor. He's only been in business, or only been around about 3 years. And I was one of the first customers to ever get in contact with him, and now he's in the top 15 for one of the innovation awards at SEMA, and his name's John. But Luxe is an amazing product. It's more like a vehicle wrap than it is a taillight vinyl. Again, Luxe it's a very similar process. It goes on dry just like your headlight, taillight vinyl, but you can get it in rolls that are 2 inches wide, 4 inches wide, and you know, for those people that don't like chrome, which is becoming very common anymore, you just put this vinyl on, and it's much more cost effective than ripping off all the old stuff or painting it or anything like that. And then if you change your mind down the road, it's removable as well. First and foremost, you know, the whole idea of carrying ceramic was new to me. We spoke of it, but it's just not something that was done where I was at before. And here, you know, we don't push it because, you know, it makes us more money. We push it because there's benefits to it. You know, the heat rejection not only protects your car, which is fantastic, but I mean, those of you with kids or anybody else, it changes dramatically the temperature of your vehicle. You know, one of the biggest things I noticed is especially with SUVs and pickup trucks, with Xpel and with these quality tints that are out, there's not a lot of shrinking involved. You know, on cars, you'll always have to shrink a little bit, or back windows, or whatever it may be, but to be able to, you know, cut a piece of film out and lay it on a window and not have to worry about all these fingers or fighting these whether it be thin film or anything else, it's a treat to us, but it also benefits the customer with the work that's being put out. You know, the first thing I do when a car comes in is spray and wipe down the exterior of the glass. Then once you get your film prepped and laid out, you know, I'll roll the window all the way down, I'll spray out the seals, I'll take my hard card and a towel and run it through there, get rid of any dust, roll the window back up, and then with a 1-inch blade, scrape the whole window all over again, and leave it cracked so you can do your two-step process where you get your top edge up there and then roll it up. But that's probably the most meticulous or most important part of the process, but needs to be the most meticulous. About bringing their car here, I think the big thing is you're going to be treated like family. I make it a point, whether it be at both times, when you're coming in the door and when you're leaving, if I know it's a tint, and even if it's not, I'm right there to greet you, shake your hand, say, hey, I'll be the one working on your car. Being the only tinter, or the only one doing it at the moment, it all falls on me. So if there is a mistake, I own it. I don't pretend to be perfect, but I'll never let you leave unhappy. I do come in on the weekends a lot, and usually Sundays, because Saturdays tend to be my day with my kids, and I'm not all that flexible with that all the time. But Sundays, I've always worked those 9-to-5 jobs back in the day, and places that I needed to go get stuff done, they weren't available. And being somebody in this position that can offer that, I think is huge. Not only are we missing out if we don't do that, but these customers are missing out. Coming up August 17th, it's Saturday. I'll be starting at 8 a.m. and the joke on the flyer is till my arms fall off, but I don't say no. We are offering a walk-in only, no appointments. You come drink soda and have snacks, and it's kind of a customer appreciation day, but it's also a challenge to myself to see how many sets of fronts I can do that day. I've thrown out the goal of 25. I believe that's reachable and beatable. So I would really encourage everybody to pass the word, and there will be discounts on each service or each level of film, and I think it'll be a good time. So basically, when I say fronts, it's your 2 front windows. So SUVs, pickup trucks, where you have the factory glass in the back. The other thing we will do, if you have a full car you need done, I will only be doing fronts that day. But we can get those fronts done and get you scheduled and booked to get you the package price, so you're not paying per window and overpaying later. I'm also not at a discounted rate, but I'm also willing to do visors or eyebrows, as people call them. As a one-off. That's an extra 10 minutes on a car. It's not a big deal, and it's an extra service for the customer. For me, I think the big thing is just knowing you're in good hands when you walk through the door here. Knowing the team here is family. I've never really been a part of something like this, and the momentum and the way it's headed, it's something special, and I'm super excited. I can't stress enough just how important our customers are to us, how each one should be treated, whether on the phone or in person, and I can't thank each one enough. So often they go take the time, whether it be on Facebook or via a review, to point out the good, and a lot of industries don't have that, including this one. So to have the reviews that we do and the customer base that we do is nothing short of a blessing. So anything we can do to build on that, please let us know. April.